Welcome everybody, my name is Marcus, and in this video I'm going to guide you how you can easily use MaintainX for your business or if you're an employee. So the first thing that we are going to do, I'm going to click here, create a free account. Now if you already own the account, guys, completely skip this step. So I will just click here, create a new organization. Of course, if you are an employee and you want to sign in into the organization, just click here, sign into organization. I'm going to create a new one. And if you already own the account, guys, skip these steps. So I will add a full name here, Marcus Stanelius, phone number. And if you're an employee, just look on the parts that you actually need in the tutorial, because we are going to create everything here. Phone number, and click here, sign up. So I need to go back again, like this, like this. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to get verification just in a second. Okay, and then I'm going to add an email address. So I'll copy it and I will paste it and create an account. Now here I'm going to add a logo for the team. And I will just choose a logo. Let's say this one. And then name of your organization. Let's say Before Sun B Company. Industry type. And then you choose an industry type that you're in. If it's a government, property management, hospitality, healthcare, fleet management, or other. Create organization. And now, here are some additional features that might interest you. So you can go with the parts inventory, time tracking, cost tracking. Just choose which one you want. I'm going to choose everything so I can show you how to use everything. And then I'm going to click next. And it's setting up locations, assets, and we will wait for a while until it's going to create the account for us. And then what you can do first is just start tour here. So I'm going to click start tour. First, work orders. This is where you can find all the work orders for you and your team. Keep track of the key metrics. This is the reporting. Then we have the assets, messages of people, and messages with your team. Here you can build your library of forms, checklists, procedures. Okay, so we would have a procedure library, and then we would have it right here. And then we can invite people, team members, skip. So what we are going to do, this is the following. First, we are going to add vendors, teams, users, locations. Then we will look on the parts inventory. So first we are going to do these. And then I'm going to show you how you can easily create work orders, all right? And assets. So let's start. The first thing is how you can actually invite others. So I'm going to click teams and users, go to top right and click invite users. Right here, I'm going to add Marcus employee, mobile phone or email, like this. And then you can change the account type. If it's administrator, requester, or full user, of course. You can also get the invite link to share. So I will just click here, send invite. One team member has been successfully invited. And then if they're gonna like apply for it and they're gonna accept it, they will be right here. So this is what you can do also with the teams. Here you can simply go to the right and create a team. So yep, here we are. I was quiet for a while now, and here you can simply create a team. So you can write a team name description. Now, when we go even further, what we can do next is to add vendors. And how to add vendors? Again, you click on vendors under teams and users, go to top right, let's click new vendor. Here we would add a new vendor name, so let's say sun vendor. We can add or drag pictures. So let's say we vendor Miro, and I can simply add a description here about it, add a new contact, and I can attach a file, and then I can connect locations and assets that we are going to create soon. And then go to bottom right and let's click create. And voila, here we have our first vendor. What I can do on the vendors contact list, add a new contact for the contact for the sun vendor. So we can add it right here. And this is how we can add vendors. Now let's go further to the locations and how we can work with locations. In locations, you can go to top right and let's click new location. You would add a new location name. So let's say this would be a city where I'm in right now, not close to. And then I will just add here address, descriptions, teams in charge. If you create a team, you would find it right here. And then I can simply choose a vendor. Then go to bottom right and let's click create. Now when you have it, when you have the location, you can go to meters and we can simply add and create a meter. And now what is the meter about? So by meter name, you can have the measured unit. If it's, let's say, miles, kilometers, or whatever you want, meters. And by location, you would choose it, and reading frequency. So like, let's say daily, and every 2 days, we would have the reader for the meter. I can go and press create, and then you see it right here. And what you need to do, you need to go to work order triggers, and then when the meter is above, below, equal to, increase by, decrease by value, what needs to happen? And this is how we can create the rules for the meters. And that's pretty much it, how we can do it. Then, and this is how we can work with meters. Procedure library. You can explore the global library here. You can choose and check it out. So you have multiple options here that you can use not only here, and you can create your procedure template, but what you can do is to do it with the templates here. I can simply click blank template, and I can simply add and copy, or just if you have some manual, you would add the procedure library right here. So I would have name of the procedure, and I can simply choose on this one here, and this is how it will look like. So I would have this title, wheel 1, 2, 3. I can add a field name here, and you have option, field type, if it's a text field, if it's a month, multiple choice list, checklist, inspection check, yes, picture field, text field. If you want me to, guys, I can really create another tutorial on how we can create procedure library for you. This is pretty straightforward. If I would have multiple choices here, you can also add a photo here. You can add attachments. You can even link it or delete it. So enter a field name, which one, and I can go option 1, 2, 3, and voila, here we got it. And then it will look like this. So as you can see, this is a checklist. So I would got a checkbox. Save. Sorry. This is the checkbox. So it will go like checkbox, checkbox, checkbox. This is the checkbox with the image. So I would click edit, field. I would add a checkbox with the image. 2. Save. See? And this is pretty much how we can do it. And you can actually copy the templates and everything with the procedure library. And that's pretty much it. Let's go further to the parts and inventory. So again, here it's pretty straightforward. What you can do is go to top right and let's click new part. And part name can be, let's say this would be screw. I can add and drag pictures here. I can add the quantity. Let's say this would be 100. Minimum is 5. Unit cost is 3. And I can simply add a description here about it. Barcode and QR if you have it. Part types if it's a critical or important. Location, again, when we have the location that we created, I can simply choose it. You can write an area here. The assets. And teams in charge and vendors. So you would add it again right here for your parts. And then what you can do is to attach a file and then go to bottom right. Let's click create. So now when we go even further, what you can do is to switch between the Kanban view or a normal view. And then you can always restock it. You can edit it. And that's how we can do it. So when we go even further, the next thing are categories. In the categories, you can simply choose and add new category. If it's electrical, inspection, mechanical, preventive, project, you can go to top right and go to top right, new category and category name. Mamma mia. Let's click create. See, and I can simply edit. Now this is how we can work with categories. Then let me show you how we can work with assets and what you can do with assets and how we can add multiple assets here. So I would go to the right, let's click new asset. Asset name would be new asset. I can simply scroll down below to the location. And let's say it would be the city here. Description, serial number, model, manufacturer, year. You would fill everything here based on what kind of asset you have. Teams in charge, if you have a team, you would choose it right here. Asset type, vendors, we have one. And if you have the parent asset, you would choose it right here. So then you would click on the bottom right, create. Of course, you can add and drag pictures. So let's press create. And voila, here we have our own asset with a vendor. Now, what we're gonna show you next thing are work orders. So go to work orders and let me show you how we can actually add a work order in Get MaintainX. Go to top right and let's click new work order. What needs to be done? So I would just simply write here new order. And I would have number 1. I can add and drag pictures here. I can again add a description. I can add a procedure. So if I have formed a procedure library that we are trying to create, I can add a procedure, and this is the wheel. I can of course create a new procedure. These are the steps that needs to be fulfilled. I can assign it to employee or myself or whatever I want. I can add a due date and schedule it. You can also add a due time here if you want. Now when we go further, we see the schedule if it's a daily, weekly, monthly or yearly or none. priority if it's a low, medium, high. We can also change the location here. An asset. So that's something we can do. And then I can also change the parts and add a part that we have the parts inventory. So I have a new asset that we created, the location that we already have. I can also switch between categories here. We created a Mamma Mia category. But of course, you can also switch the categories in the categories and create new ones. Refrigeration, safety, project, mechanical inspection. Then again, the parts, the screw that we added, amounts used for this work order is 15. And I can also add a vendor that we created. So as you can see, everything what we created in this video, we used in the work order that you needed to create it. Then go to bottom right and let's click create. And you can see, then when you're going to create a work order, you would have status here. If it's open, on hold, in progress, done. You see the due date, the assigned to, and everything. So I can have it on hold, I can have in progress or done. And I can see everything here, the wheel, the complete procedure, how it's actually work out. And I can go and click on the comments and write a comment. I can edit the whole work order, pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Of course, what you can do is go to bottom or top left and you can switch between the list view, the date view or the normal view, the default. And then when you have the work order finished, you would just click here done. And voila. So this is how we do it. Now, when we go further, you can simply click on the messages and let me show you how we can work with messages. Then I'm going to show you also the reporting and settings. So you would click here on messages and here by your team. You would see the right message. And everything just right here, and that's pretty much it. And you would have the direct messages of your team. Then reporting is pretty straightforward. So when I have the work order which is finished, you would have everything from the status, created versus completed, priorities, repeatable versus reactive. So all the necessary and important analytics you would find here. By reporting, you can have an option between daily, weekly, monthly reports. And then you have also the periods. So that's what you can have here. And that's how it works. Now, when we go further, we can go to settings and let me show you what you can do with the settings and with the organization, and that will be the last thing. Here you would have the under dashboard organization settings, subscriptions, data and everything with your account. So that's pretty much it, how we can do it. And yes, of course you can enable and disable the time tracking, the cost tracking, and the meters module. It's completely up to you. But this is pretty much it, how we can use the MaintainX. I don't know what else to show you. I hope this video helped you. This was a MaintainX tutorial, how to use MaintainX, MaintainX Beginner's Guide, MaintainX for the beginners. And yep, have a great day guys, and goodbye. See ya.